Hello there. Are you having a bad day too? Well, maybe you need a rich, chocolatey treat that's really easy to make. It might take a bit of time, but I promise you, this is gonna be worth it. Especially with a name like Wacky Cake. When you're ready, we'll get started. You are going to need 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 cup of white sugar, 4 tablespoons or 1/4 cup of unsweetened cocoa powder, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 6 tablespoons of vegetable oil, 1 tablespoon of cider vinegar, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, as well as 1 cup of water. You'll also want to have chocolate chips and a double boiler. 6 ounces of chocolate chips to be exact, just to be safe. This is optional, but recommended. First, you preheat your oven of choice to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Then we're gonna sift our solid ingredients into an ungreased 8 by 8 inch cake pan. What I'm doing here is tapping the sifter. That way I can get the most flour out with the least effort possible. But I'm also going to want to go a bit lower since it's kind of spilling out the edges. Oh, the thing has enough room now. Why not just add the other solids? Now I know what you might be thinking. Sifting salt is impossible or pointless. The grains are too big. It might be worth trying to give it an extra push. Look how much is actually getting through the sifter. I mean, you may as well do it anyways, especially with those big clumps of cocoa powder in there. They need to be broken up anyways. Now we're gonna mix the powders and the salt until it's all even. We're gonna dig 3 wells into the flour mixture. One is for oil, one's for vinegar, and one is for the vanilla. And then we pour the water all over that. And then stir it until the mixture looks even. Now you're noticing that I'm digging around the bottom, or probably hearing that I'm digging around the bottom. This is to make sure that no flour goes unmixed. And I'm also stirring around a bit of the liquid. That way there's no pockets of uneven texturing. Tilt the pan so the 4 corners get filled up. That way, you can ensure that the batter will be evenly spread without using another tool. Bon appetit! Now it's time to put the cake in the oven for 30 to 40 minutes. I put at 35 because that's right in the middle. This may feel like a long time, but once you start cleaning up, it's going to feel a lot shorter. When the timer hits 30, it's time to pull out the cake and see how it is. Poke a hole into the center with a toothpick and check to see if there's anything that comes out. Here's a bit of a brown smudge here, so it's time to put it back in the oven. Not for very long though. You don't want this to burn. I think that's enough time, and we need to transfer it to a cooling rack. Okay, as you can see, mine was a bit cracked. It might be because I decided to use an oven that's a tad too small. Ow. But don't worry, I think I can cover this up. But we're gonna need to wait 30 minutes for the cake to cool off, since if we decorate a hot cake, we can ruin it. So, time to get something to do and be patient. Better catch up on some reading. I'm just gonna need a double boiler and those chocolate chips we mentioned earlier. You can skip this step by using a bigger oven, or better yet, just do it anyway, because melted chocolate is delicious. In one pan, we're going to want to fill it up with water, and put the chocolate chips in a bowl that can go right on top of the pan. We set the stovetop to a low temperature, that way the water can simmer and gently heat up the chocolate until it melts. Then, once it's all the way melted, we can pour the chocolate on top of the cake. And just for funsies, let's add some sprinkles. Wait for that to cool down. I'm gonna cut a slice into the cake to show you something really wacky. Notice how the cake doesn't stick. Okay, I don't know why this happens. It might be because of all the oil in the cake. It might have something to do with the rising agent or the vinegar. I don't know, man. This stuff just slides right off. And it's wacky. It's hilarious. It took a bit of work. It may be an unexpected extra step. But we've made it. We've made something we can be proud of. It's moist, delicious, and wonderfully dark. So let this show you not to be too afraid of making mistakes. Mistakes are learning opportunities. Make sure you understand what you did wrong, and go from there. Maybe there's a way to fix it. Maybe you'll just have to carry that weight. But don't ever forget to learn from your past mistakes. If you enjoyed this recipe, be sure to like the video, leave a nice comment, and share with your friends. If you want more videos like this, subscribe and ring the bell, and remember to stay strong. Also, if you can figure out why we need to put in 3 separate wells for the liquids, please let me know in the comments. I want to know more about how this thing works. I want to know about the sciences and stuffs. I'm sure YouTube comments won't lead me astray.